it's Jess, and if you didn't know, our country is pretty much screwed. I don't think I've met a single person who actually fully 100% supports one of the two main candidates still in the race for the presidency. So while I was thinking about how awful our country is at the moment, I started thinking about all of the different ways that we could pick our next president other than having to go through with this election. So I decided to write all of those ideas down and share them with you. The first thing that we could do, which is my favorite idea so far, is to take a giant jar and fill it with tons and tons and tons of jelly beans, and then anyone who is allowed to be president, so anyone who's over the age of 35 and is a U.S. citizen, is allowed to guess how many jelly beans are in said giant jelly bean jar, and the person who gets the number correct, they're obviously a genius, so they should be the president, and then whoever's the next closest can just be the vice president. Another way that we could pick a new president is by having a giant game of True American, which is a drinking game from New Girl, and whoever wins that is obviously the truest American in the country and therefore deserves to be president. Another way we could pick a president is simply just by having a dance-off. That should work. If we still want to keep the whole democracy thing and continue to vote, we could change the voting system to be like that of reality TV competition shows where you can text your votes in, you can call in votes, you get 25 votes per line, you can vote via Facebook. If you download an app, you get bonus votes. Just change the whole system up in general. That way you're still voting, but it's just completely different. And then you could even save people who had been knocked out of the race earlier in the primaries by tweeting about how they should be saved, just like they do on The Voice. Is that how that works? I don't actually watch that show. Another thing that we could do is take a game of Deal or No Deal and change it up so that all of the different cases have different positions in government, and one of them is the president. And so a person who potentially would want to be president goes on, picks a case, and then they have to knock out the other cases with the other positions, and then whenever the banker would call, they would actually be offering them like a middle seat somewhere on the governmental spectrum, and then whoever picks the case that has the president in it, they're the new president. Another way we could pick our next president is just by saying whichever candidate can have a winning team on Wildin' Out. Another thing we could do is just post all of the names of the potential presidential candidates on Facebook and see which one generates the least amount of angry comments from middle-aged people on Facebook. And the last way that we can pick a new president is by seeing who can go the furthest on the pacer test, because if they can do that, they've got a lot of endurance. They should be the president, because then they can endure all of the hate that will come at them and other things that they have to do as president. So those are all of my ideas on how we should pick the next president. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and also go subscribe if you have not already. Thanks for watching, and stay gold.